Carl Linnaeus, the father of modern taxonomy. The classification of the natural world into a clear hierarchy of groups of named and described organisms is a foundation stone of the biological sciences. These groupings help to make sense of life's diversity, allowing scientists to compare and identify millions of individual organisms. Modern taxonomy, the science of identifying, naming, and classifying organisms, began with the Swedish naturalist Carl Linnaeus. He was the first to devise a systematic hierarchy based on his wide-ranging and detailed study of physical characteristics of plants and animals. He also pioneered a way of naming different organisms that is still in use today. The most influential of early classifications was that of the Greek philosopher Aristotle. In his History of Animals, he grouped similar animals into broad genera, distinguished the species within each group, and ranked them on a scala naturae, or ladder of life, with 11 grades of increasing complexity in form and purpose, from plants at the base to humans at the apex. The evolution of biological classification. Over the ensuing centuries, a chaotic multiplicity of names and descriptions of plants and animals appeared. By the 17th century, scientists were striving to set out a more coherent and consistent system. In 1686, English botanist John Ray introduced the concept of the biological species, defined by the ability of plants or animals to reproduce with one another, and this remains the most widely accepted definition today. Linnaeus' system of classification. Linnaeus' system groups organisms according to shared characteristics. A tiger belongs to the cat family Felidae, which in turn belongs to the order Carnivora, in the class Mammalia. In 1735, Linnaeus produced a classification in a 12-page booklet that grew into a multi-volume 12th edition by 1778 and developed the idea of the genus into a hierarchy of groupings based on shared physical characteristics. At the top were 3 kingdoms: animals, plants, and minerals. Kingdoms were divided into phyla, then classes, orders, families, genera, and species. He also stabilized the naming of species by using a 2-part Latin name, with one name for the genus and another for a species within that genus, as in Homo sapiens. Linnaeus was the first to define humans as animals. God-given order. For Linnaeus, classification revealed that nature does not proceed in leaps and bounds, but rather in its God-given order. His work was the fruit of numerous expeditions across Sweden and Europe in search of new species. His classification system paved the way for Charles Darwin, who saw the evolutionary significance of its natural hierarchy, with all species in a genus or family related by descent and divergence from a common ancestor. A century after Darwin, German biologist Willy Hennig developed a new approach to classification called cladistics. To reflect their evolutionary links, this groups organisms into clades with one or more shared unique characteristics, which they have inherited from their last common ancestor, and which are not found in more distant ancestors. The process of classification by clades continues to this day, with species reassigned new positions as fresh, often genetic, evidence is found. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe.